Greetings. Happy Tuesday. Happy full moon. Happy August. All of those. Giving thanks for a new day, a new month, a new moon cycle. You know, we give thanks for the rhythm of life is always flowing. So I always like to give thanks and be in awareness of all of the rhythm and seasons and cycles as I live my life as a divine being that's connected with everything. You know, so I give thanks. So I wanted to share a word, just something I was reflecting on, really been reflecting on for the last few days, as I'm studying a book that's been very inspiring for me. The book really focuses on helping people understand what prayer is, the power of prayer. Not only that, but helping people to understand what God is and what a relationship with God is, you know. And as I'm reading it and reflecting, I just think how if you're dealing with a misunderstanding of what God is and what you are, I say this a lot, but I don't know what else, you know, it's like, it really is the conversation that has to be had. If you don't truly understand what you are and what God is, oftentimes you can miss the grand scheme of things, the big picture, you know, and the truth can sound very foreign, very, very foreign to you. And it can sound so far-reaching. It can even seem odd. And it can seem like if you were to try to test this truth out and take on this as your mindset and how you live your life, that you would become this odd person, this odd being. And what we experience is we do become this odd being. People begin to not quite understand where you're coming from. They may even see you as delusional. They may see you as far-reaching, like you reaching. you're just trying to, you're an escapist. They may feel that you're an escapist. And maybe I wonder if those who hear me often and hear me saying this say, is this something you experience, Queen? I have, but gratefully, I've been blessed to be able to be around a lot of like-minded individuals. So I do realize that I'm spoiled in a little way. Like, I'm mostly around like-minded individuals where we can have these type of conversations and we can build. You know, it's not just a conversation just to be having. It's a conversation to build and to elevate and to expand. But I also experience a lot of conversations with people who feel uncomfortable as they elevate, uncomfortable as they evolve in thinking, uncomfortable with those people who they're used to being around, and also uncomfortable with themselves. Because when you really accept and allow the reality of life, the reality of God, you know, which involves surrender. It involves, you know, taking your hands off, letting go of the wheel. It involves having bold faith, brazenly bold faith. It involves obsessively positive thinking and speaking. It involves humility and mercy and compassion and empathy. It involves slow judgment, you know, not being so quick to react or respond or judge in situations, but giving room to be led and giving room to have things revealed. It involves that. And when it involves that, it seems weird to people because many of us, if not most of us, have been conditioned to be reactors. We've been conditioned to judge. We've been conditioned to control, to worry, to be anxious. If we're not those things, we come off as nonchalant. We come off as am I the only one that have experienced it and have witnessed individuals being seen as such or being thought about as such when they began to practice faith? When you just begin to practice, when you just decide in your mind and in your heart, you know what? I am going to govern my tongue, the way I talk. I'm going to start correcting my words. I'm going to start being conscious of the words that come out of my mouth and make sure I'm not using a lot of negating words. I'm going to try my best to just use life-giving words. Positive, productive words. I'm going to level up on my language. I'm going to level up my language. I'm going to stop saying some of the things that I hear myself saying. Now, you start doing that and you're around the same individuals maybe that you're around. This is not to diss anybody, and because it's not about that. But I'm just saying the discussion that I'm having this morning is the reality that as we evolve, we're going to experience certain things with the people and things that we're used to being around and we're used to interacting with. But say you're around those same people and now certain words you don't say no more. You've introduced some new words in your language. Maybe you're starting to say God a little bit more. Maybe you're starting to say, well, I'm going to meditate on it. I'm going to hold off. Or maybe you start to throw out Lord willing, or by the grace of God. Or you just decide to, instead of talking about your worries or venting, you start to say the things that you desire. I desire to, instead of I don't want. Well, I don't want to do this, or I don't want that. You consciously decide to, instead of talking about what you don't want, you start talking about what you do want. People will notice, and some will say, "Oh, I love this. I love the way you talk. I love that you correct yourself. I noticed this." And some will be like, "Girl, you can vent. We ain't nothing but human. Girl, everybody feel that way. Girl, go on vent. Sometimes we need to vent, child. Sometimes we..." Am I right? These are little subtle ways that we keep ourselves away from our inheritance as children of the Almighty. Let me tell you something. As children of the Almighty, we keep ourselves away from it. Subtle ways. These are subtle ways where we negate the intimacy or disregard the intimacy that we have with the Creator. We have an intimacy with the Creator. One with it. One with it. There's a togetherness. No matter what stage of life you're in, what you're dealing with, what you're going through, never forget that our intimacy with the Creator never changes. Separation is an illusion. And the Almighty is, some would say, is jealous about us. Is passionate about us. It leads us, guides us, protects us. But law, and I won't say but, and law is law. That which you vibrate on, that which you put out in the world, that which you sow, you reap. While still intimate with the Creator. And so as you vibrate on these lower frequencies and you're attracting certain things and all that, you're going to get, oh, baby, you're going to get back what you're putting out. But the beautiful thing is that grace is always there because of that intimacy that we have with the Creator. And so I would say it behooves us to begin to be on the right side, if you will, the good side, the positive side, the life-giving side of law. You want positive in your life? Put out positive. You want good? You want love? You want all that? Be it. Become one with it. Exude it. Live from the inside out. Allow that to beam outside of you, inside of you, so it can go outside of you. We oftentimes want to come outside of ourselves and do something to get something. No. Become one with it inside, and you will experience it. When you live that type of life, it's a different type of living. You off the hook, so you ain't got to control everything. You ain't got to try to make it happen. You ain't got to run after, chase after it, run and beat it down. Like, you ain't got to do all of that. Become one with it. Maybe some of the things that you're not seeing unfold in your life is because you haven't become one with it. Become one with it. But this is going to take, one of the things it's going to take is courage. There's a scripture in the Bible, a chapter in the Bible where it says at least 3 times, I want to say 3 times and maybe more, be strong and of good courage. Strong, the spiritual, the metaphysical description of strong is the ability to be able to govern your feelings and your thoughts and your emotions. That is strength. The ability to be able to govern your thoughts and your emotions. Be strong and of good courage. And of strong courage. Because living a life where you're living an eternal mindset, when you're living from an eternal mindset versus this just temporal, passive, like when you're living an eternal mindset, it takes courage. It takes courage. You ain't gonna get a lot of people who like it. You ain't gonna like, it's just, you may, I don't know, but I'm just saying that's not what you need to look for. And then some say, well, that's easier said than done, Queen. Okay, I'm not talking about whether it's easy or hard. I don't know. Some phases of your life is going to be easy. Some phases of your life is going to be hard. But, okay, be strong and of good courage. Okay, it's hard. Okay, to me, it's harder to be depressed. It's harder to be stressing. It's harder to be discouraged. That's harder to me. I don't like, that's a hard life for me. I don't know. Like, that's for me, though. I know I'm speaking to myself. Sometimes self-loathing could be comfortable for people. I don't know. I'm not even being funny. Sometimes that's people's comfort zone. Depressed, sad, angry, victim. Sometimes that's the comfort zone. I get it. But I'm saying push through. Yes, it may get hard. It may be hard sometimes, but I can say to you from my lived experience that if you push through, your faith will get stronger, your resolve will get stronger, because as God show you itself, as you begin to really see God show up in certain ways, the true reality of God show up in certain ways, your faith will get stronger, your resolve will get stronger. But it's not going to get that way. The way faith grows is to exercise it. It's just like the muscle. And they say, you can get me, but in order to really build your muscle and everything, I'm heading into the gym now. In order to really build it, you got to be consistent. You got to do it, at least from some people say 4 days, some people say 5 days. And you have to be consistent with your eating. You got to be consistent with it, and you're going to see the fat lose and the muscle build. It's the same way with faith. That fat that's on top of that muscle, when we talking about faith, that fat that you want to drop, that weight you want to drop is stress, worry, fear, control, sadness, resentment, anger. Drop that, build the muscle. How do we build the muscle? How do we drop that fat and build the muscle? We've got to be consistent. Keep your mind stayed on God. Keep your prayers. Be watchful and prayerful. Be observers, not absorbers. Like, observe the situation and put your powerful words on it. Your word is your one. You see something going on, you're feeling it, you're going through the whole experience, resist going to vent about it in a negating way. Resist, looking at it and judging it and ruminating in your mind about it. Resist that and begin to speak words of power. I know the Almighty, the reality of God is real. And it's not only real in my life, but real in this world. All that is and all that will be and all that was is according to the Almighty. I know that grace is real. And that grace is with me as I am in the presence of God. I am in the presence of God. The presence of God is within me, and I am in the presence of God. And so grace is with me. That's how you speak. You don't call it and guess what happened? And Shh. Be quiet. But it takes courage. I could go on and on forever. But today I wanted to just encourage you to be courageous. Today is a full moon. It's August 1st. We got a new month. We're in a full moon. A beautiful time to purge, release, cleanse your mind, purify your heart, purify your mind, get yourself balanced, get yourself lined up in alignment, and move into this month fruitfully, with an open mind, a light heart, so that you can flow with this cycle, this new cycle in a beautiful way. And it doesn't matter when you're in that type of poise, when you're poised in that type of way, the situations and circumstances don't really matter like that, because you're experiencing a level of inner peace that surpasses all understanding. So no matter the circumstance and situation, it doesn't have to logically make sense why you're at peace about it, why you're calm about it. You're taking the position that I know what I am and I know what God is. And this life is a blessing. And sometimes life may show up and I could judge it and like, oh man, this is happening. But I understand that my egoic mind or my human limited logically thinking mind can potentially not see the big picture of it all. But what I trust is all is well, all is good, because God is good and all is God. So all is good. So I'm going to be easy. And what I am going to do is, because I know that what I am as a child of the Almighty, as a child of infinite being, as a child of divine intelligence, I am going to connect with the highest frequency words, thoughts, energies that I can. So I'm going to seek out joy. I'm going to seek out peace. I'm going to seek out happiness. I'm going to seek out calm and serenity. Those are the things that I'm going to seek out. Those are the kind of words that I'm going to think. Those are the kind of things that I'm going to speak. And if that conjecturing enemy thought, enemy mind begins to spark up in my mind, I'm going to exercise my strength to govern my thoughts, my words, my actions, so that I can stay in alignment with what I have chosen to believe, I have chosen to align with in my life. And I'm going to do that until I know it. I'm going to rock with this belief for now. I'm going to rock with this belief until it becomes something I know. And I'm going to be easy about it, no matter what the circumstance or situation is. So I pray that we're able to release fear, weakness, inhibitions, and these things that hold us back from being courageous in our divinity. I pray that for this full moon. And I pray that we have a beautiful new cycle as we continue to walk our journey. And I just wanted to share that word. Just be of good courage, you know, be strong and of good courage. Because as you evolve, I've experienced it, you know, and it is what it is. As you evolve, people they won't understand you. They won't rally behind you because of their own fear. They won't understand you because of their own indoctrination, their own cognitive dissonance, their own conditioning. So they won't understand you, and it's okay. Don't be mad at them. Don't talk about them bad. You done been there. You've come to another place, but you done been there. That place of fear, that place of weakness, you've been there. So be compassionate with them. Send prayers and genuine light upon them. You know, and then govern yourself. Stop putting yourself in a situation where you have to communicate with certain energies, where you have to be around with certain energies. Not because you're better than anybody, not because you're mad with anybody, not because of any of that. Because of your decision to strive to grow in God. Strive to grow in goodness. Strive to grow in peace. This is what God is. Strive to grow in it. So you can continue to get to know it. So you can continue to understand how to be with it, be in it. I read something yesterday that says, through him, but I'm going to use it. Through it, with it, in it, I reached that intimacy of being with God. Through it, with it, and in it. I meditated on that all day, still vibing on it. What does it mean to allow life to live through it, and to be with it, and to be in it? It being the God. They used him. It being in that peace, in that abundance, in that grace, in that calm, in that peace, in that stillness. Strive to live through it, be with it, and live in it. If you strive to do that, all is well. All is good and all is well with your heart, your soul, your mind. All is well. Ashe. All right. Happy full moon. I got meditation this evening. You can join me. You can hit the link at the bio and register for that online meditation this evening. I feel it's going to be a powerful session. So I would love to see you tonight. Yeah, I feel like it was something I wanted to say before I close. But yes. Oh. That's what it was. I've been saying to individuals who feel compelled to listen, you know, fifth dimensional living is the call of the hour. It's the call of the age. Fifth dimensional living, you know, not this third dimensional living. If you're still trying to live as if you are just a human being, as if this physical world is the only world, as if this physical experience is your only experience, you're going to experience some suffering, more suffering than we have been experiencing, because we've neglected we have been ignorant of the reality of fifth dimension living, and so now it is a age where it's essential, and we don't have to do much, because naturally the information that we need in order to understand this, naturally the energy is positioning us to experience fifth dimensional living, whether we know it or not. More people are experiencing telepathy. More people are experiencing gut feelings very strong. Much people are feeling like, man, I just feel like I'm not having to do a whole lot, and things are just manifesting in my life. Much people are experiencing feeling like they're being called to heal. They're being called to minister. They're being called to speak. They're being called. But I am saying, be careful of allowing this beautiful awakening and unfolding to be boxed in a third dimensional experience or view. What that may look like, okay, I'm feeling an awakening. Now let me go do something with it. Be awakened. All right, I feel like God is calling me to heal, be a healer. Let me go do something with that. Let me go make something of that. let me go capitalize on this. It's a subtle thing. I'm just saying. It's a subtle thing. Be careful with it. Because that's what I feel like, because we've been conditioned to live in a third dimensional experience, we may not know how to function in this fifth dimensional awakening and unfolding. So we go to old ways of thinking and doing. So the Most High you're divinely inspired. So immediately you begin to try to go do. No, in fifth dimensional living, it's more of a being. Okay, you work on the being portion. Okay, how do I give over to this divine inspiration? How do I become this that the Most High has divinely inspired me to do, or whatever it may be? Okay, so I just want to leave you with that, just to kind of meditate on. And if you don't know anything about what am I talking about when it's talking about fifth dimension, third dimension, just do a little research. You know, it's much out now. You know, and I won't lead you to any person or thing, but just put it, if it's resonating with you, do some, say a prayer, ask them, proclaim that the Most High will lead you to the right information, and then, be led to that information. But I just want to continuously say, hey, we're going to have to learn how to live from a fifth dimensional experience, because we haven't lived that way. And if you try to live a third dimensional experience in a fifth dimensional energy, or call it, you're going to be the ones that suffer more than ever before, right? Because it would be mainly because, not like a punitive thing, mainly because it can make you lose your mind. It can make you feel like you're trapped. It can make you feel like, because you're going to try to exercise solutions to things that are third dimensional in fifth dimensional experiences, and you're not going to find success. It's going to be hard. Let me give an example. I'm just giving an example. It's the teacher in me. I can't just give it and not be clear. I just want to make sure the word is clear. For those that resonate with, let me know if the word is clear, because that's be my goal. I don't just be talking. Say you're experiencing transition in your life. Maybe your job ain't jobbing like it used to. Your money ain't giving like what it used to give. Your relationship ain't giving what it used to give. It's a transition happening in your life. I call them transitions because that's what they are. Whenever you're experiencing things that we call trouble or struggle, you're just growing. It's a transition. Before, you might have thought, let me go do all of these different things. I'm going to go do this and do that and try this and try that and try this and try that. That's naturally what you think. Let me take control of this thing and go do. I'm saying now, and it's been this case, but truly, now it's time for, when you realize what's going on, when you observe what's happening in your life, you step back with yourself before doing anything. Breathe, get still, get quiet, and get into your prayers. Seek guidance. Be quiet. Chill out, relax. Lower yourself, humble yourself, so that you can hear. That's a part, I'll say a part. That is a description, I will say, for the lack of better words, of fifth dimensional living. Because you're not trying to accomplish it from the outside. It's an internal living. It's an internal living. But it requires for you to be calm down, be quiet, walk lightly, be slow to judge. Like all of these things. It's like, it's not just to be morally right or good. No, this is how you allow yourself to live as a divine being. It requires certain things. Take care of yourself. sleep, eat well, be more prayerful, be more meditative, be more watchful, calm down, stop talking so much. It requires all of those different things. That's what I mean by fifth dimensional thinking. Okay, if you sit down with somebody who is deep into third dimensional, they'll say, girl, you better get your eye. Okay, I see all that positive stuff or that spiritual stuff, but you better get it together, because prayers ain't gonna do it, and meditating. And I'm not saying that it won't require you to do something, but I'm saying first things first. Seek ye first the kingdom of God, and all these other things, the answers, the resources, the whatever, will be added to you. And seeking the kingdom of God could mean you gonna go on a journey of seeking it. It may not take one prayer. It may not take 15 minutes of meditation. That month may take 3 hours a day, 4 hours a day, 5 hours a day, 3 days, 7 days, 10 days, 30 days, 40 days, 60 days, 90 days. You heard? All right, that's the word. Is it clear? Give thanks. Happy full moon, y'all. Let me get in this gym so I can get out of it. So I can get my life. So I can do other things besides being in this gym today. Peace and love, y'all. Give thanks. Give thanks for vibing with me today. I give thanks for you all listening. I give thanks for the word. I pray that something was said today that's resonant with you. I pray that you can be of a light heart, an open mind, and allow yourself to be led, allow yourself to be guided, allow yourself to be protected and provided for. I pray that we will be of good courage. I pray that we are able to govern our words and our feelings and emotions and our thoughts as we are on this journey, so that we can be led, so that we can activate our inheritance as children of God. I give thanks in advance. Ashe, oh, amen, I mean, peace, y'all, peace.